Brute Force is a third-person shooter game developed by Digital Anvil and released for the original Xbox in 2003. The game is set in a fictional sci-fi universe where players take on the role of a squad of 4 elite soldiers known as Brute Force. Each character in the squad has unique abilities such as heavy weapons proficiency, stealth skills, and medical expertise. Players can switch between the different characters on the fly, allowing them to tailor their approach to each mission. Brute Force features both single-player and multiplayer modes, including a co-op campaign and several competitive multiplayer modes. The game's graphics were impressive for its time, with detailed character models and environments that showcased the Xbox's capabilities. The game received generally positive reviews upon its release, with critics praising its engaging gameplay, impressive graphics, and fun multiplayer modes. However, some criticized the game for its lack of innovation in the crowded shooter genre and its reliance on formulaic mission design. Despite its mixed reception, Brute Force has developed a cult following among Xbox fans, with many praising it as an underrated gem of the original Xbox era. Viva Pinata is a life simulation game developed by Rare and released for Xbox 360 in 2006. The game is set in a colorful and whimsical world where players take on the role of a gardener tasked with attracting and caring for a variety of pinata creatures. Players must build and maintain a garden that meets the specific needs of each pinata species, such as planting certain types of plants or providing certain types of environmental features. As players attract new pinata creatures to their garden, they must keep them healthy, happy, and safe from predators. Viva Pinata features a deep and complex gameplay system that allows for a high degree of customization and creativity. Players can decorate their garden with a wide variety of objects and structures, breed pinata creatures to create new species, and interact with other players online. The game received critical acclaim upon its release, with many praising its charming visuals, engaging gameplay, and deep customization options. The game's success led to a sequel, Viva Pinata: Trouble in Paradise, as well as a spin-off animated television series. Despite its success, Viva Pinata is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox 360 era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's unique and innovative gameplay mechanics continue to attract new fans to this day. The Saboteur is an open-world action-adventure game developed by Pandemic Studios and released for Xbox 360 in 2009. The game is set in Nazi-occupied Paris during World War II and follows the story of Irish race car driver Sean Devlin, who becomes embroiled in the French resistance movement. Players must navigate the city of Paris, completing various missions and sabotaging the Nazi war effort. The game features a unique black-and-white visual style, with certain areas of the game world appearing in full color as players complete missions and liberate sections of the city. The Saboteur received generally positive reviews upon its release, with critics praising its engaging storyline, unique visual style, and fun gameplay mechanics. However, the game's reception was somewhat mixed due to its occasionally repetitive missions and somewhat dated graphics. Despite its mixed reception, the Saboteur is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox 360 era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's unique blend of open-world gameplay, stealth mechanics, and World War II setting make it a standout title in the Xbox 360's library. Lost Odyssey is a role-playing game developed by Mistwalker and released for Xbox 360 in 2007. The game follows the story of Cain, an immortal warrior who has lived for over 1,000 years and is searching for his lost memories. The game features a turn-based combat system, with players controlling a party of characters and engaging in battles with enemies. The game also features a unique memory system, where players can unlock memories of Cain's past by finding hidden objects throughout the game world. Lost Odyssey received critical acclaim upon its release, with many praising its engaging storyline, deep characters, and beautiful visuals. The game's soundtrack, composed by Nobuo Uematsu, was also highly praised for its emotional and memorable themes. Despite its critical success, Lost Odyssey is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox 360 era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's complex storyline, well-developed characters, and unique gameplay mechanics make it a standout title in the Xbox 360's library and a must-play for fans of the RPG genre. Quantum Break is a third-person action game developed by Remedy Entertainment and released for Xbox One and Windows in 2016. The game follows the story of Jack Joyce, a man with time-manipulating abilities who is caught up in a time travel experiment gone wrong. The game features a unique blend of gameplay and live-action television episodes, with the story of the game and the television show intertwined. Players make choices throughout the game that affect the outcome of both the game and the television show. Quantum Break received mixed reviews upon its release, with some critics praising its innovative gameplay and storytelling, while others criticized its occasionally clunky controls and uneven pacing. Despite its mixed reception, the game's blend of gameplay and live-action storytelling is still considered unique and innovative. Quantum Break is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox One era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's innovative gameplay mechanics, well-developed characters, and unique storytelling make it a standout title in the Xbox One's library and a must-play for fans of action games and time travel stories. Recore is a third-person action-adventure game developed by Concept and Armature Studio and released for Xbox One and Windows in 2016. The game follows the story of Jewel Adams, a young woman who is stranded on a desert planet with only her robotic companions for company. The game features a unique blend of platforming and shooting mechanics, with players controlling Jewel and her robotic companions as they explore the planet and fight off hostile robots. The game also features a deep crafting system, allowing players to upgrade and customize their robotic companions with different abilities and weapons. Recore received mixed reviews upon its release, with some critics praising its engaging gameplay mechanics and charming characters, while others criticized its repetitive missions and occasional technical issues. Despite its mixed reception, the game's blend of platforming, shooting, and crafting mechanics make it a standout title in the Xbox One's library. Recore is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox One era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's unique gameplay mechanics, charming characters, and vibrant world make it a must-play for fans of action-adventure games and sci-fi stories. Rallysport Challenge 2 is a rally racing game developed by Digital Illusions and released for Xbox in 2004. The game features over 40 rally cars and a variety of tracks. The game features a unique physics engine that accurately models the behavior of the cars, making for a realistic and challenging racing experience. Players can also customize their cars with a variety of upgrades and modifications. Rallysport Challenge 2 received critical acclaim upon its release, with many praising its engaging gameplay mechanics, impressive graphics, and realistic physics engine. The game's multiplayer mode, which allows up to 4 players to race against each other, was also highly praised for its fun and competitive gameplay. Despite its critical success, Rallysport Challenge 2 is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's engaging gameplay mechanics, realistic physics engine, and variety of tracks and cars make it a standout title in the Xbox's library and a must-play for fans of rally racing games. Crimson Skies. High Road to Revenge is an action-adventure game developed by FASA Studio and released for Xbox in 2003. The game takes place in an alternate version of the 1930s, where air travel is the primary mode of transportation and piracy is rampant in the skies. The game features a variety of planes and weapons, allowing players to engage in dogfights with other pilots and take down enemy airships. The game's campaign mode features a variety of missions and objectives, with players taking on different roles and completing various tasks. Crimson Skies. High Road to Revenge received critical acclaim upon its release, with many praising its engaging gameplay mechanics, vibrant graphics, and unique setting. The game's multiplayer mode, which allows up to 16 players to engage in dogfights and team-based missions, was also highly praised for its fun and competitive gameplay. Despite its critical success, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's engaging gameplay mechanics, unique setting, and fun multiplayer mode make it a standout title in the Xbox's library and a must-play for fans of action-adventure and aviation games. Enslaved. Odyssey to the West is an action-adventure game developed by Ninja Theory and released for Xbox 360 in 2010. The game is loosely based on the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West and follows the story of Monkey, a powerful warrior, and Trip, a young woman with advanced technological skills. The game features a variety of platforming and combat mechanics, with players controlling Monkey as he navigates through a post-apocalyptic world and fights off various enemies. Players can also use Trip's skills to solve puzzles and hack into computer systems. Enslaved. Odyssey to the West received positive reviews upon its release, with many praising its engaging gameplay mechanics, well-crafted story, and vibrant visuals. The game's characters, particularly the relationship between Monkey and Trip, were also highly praised for their depth and development. Despite its critical success, Enslaved. Odyssey to the West is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox 360 era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's engaging gameplay mechanics, well-crafted story, and strong character development make it a standout title in the Xbox 360's library, and a must-play for fans of action-adventure games and compelling narratives. Sunset Overdrive is an open-world action game developed by Insomniac Games and released for Xbox One in 2014. The game takes place in a fictional city called Sunset City, which has been overrun by mutants after a new energy drink turns its consumers into monstrous creatures. The game's protagonist is a customizable player character who is trying to survive in this chaotic world. The game features a variety of traversal and combat mechanics, allowing players to navigate the city's environment with parkour-style movements and take on hordes of mutants with a variety of weapons and abilities. Players can also collect and combine different types of amps, which provide unique abilities and boosts to the player's attacks. Sunset Overdrive's gameplay is fast-paced and chaotic, with the game encouraging players to constantly move and use the environment to their advantage. Players can grind along power lines and rails, run along walls, and use various objects in the environment as weapons. The game's combat mechanics are designed to be over the top and exaggerated, with players able to perform acrobatic moves and take out enemies in creative and explosive ways. The game's story mode features a campaign that takes players through various missions and objectives, as they fight to survive and uncover the truth behind the energy drink that caused the mutant outbreak. The game's open-world design allows players to explore the city freely and complete various side missions and challenges, which can earn them rewards and upgrades. Sunset Overdrive's visual style is vibrant and colorful, with the game's world and characters designed to be cartoonish and exaggerated. The game's unique sense of humor is also a standout feature, with the game often breaking the fourth wall and making fun of typical video game tropes and cliches. Sunset Overdrive received critical acclaim upon its release, with many praising its fast-paced gameplay mechanics, vibrant visuals, and unique sense of humor. The game's open-world design and customization options were also highly praised for their depth and replayability. Despite its critical success, Sunset Overdrive is often considered an underrated gem of the Xbox One era, with many gamers and critics feeling that it did not receive the attention and recognition it deserved. The game's engaging gameplay mechanics, vibrant visuals, and unique sense of humor make it a standout title in the Xbox One's library and a must-play for fans of open-world action games and zany humor.